city spokesperson said. BPS support services will be following up with the students and school communities involved. Several Wu critics denounced the city's handling at the event. At-large city councilor Erin Murphy said she attended the job fair and said it was marred by overcrowding and insufficient security measures. Notably, there was an absence of Boston police details, leaving the venue's security personnel overwhelmed with altercations erupted, Murphy wrote on social media. Ensuring a safe environment should not be an afterthought, but a foundational aspect of event planning. According to the police report, a community resource officer assigned to the event initially contact in the disturbance. Wu did not attend the job fair because, according to public record, she was at the Dorchester Elite Eagles appreciation banquet for parents and grandparents. Thank you. And grandparents. Mayoral candidate Josh Kraft, Wu's most high-profile challenger in this year's race, called the fair poorly planned and highlighted the mayor's choice to not attend. Record turnout at this year's fair means nothing if crowds cannot be properly managed and kids don't leave with a summer job, Kraft said in a statement shared by his campaign. Molly Farrar, general assignment. Okay, so whatever, that doesn't matter. I don't think he should, I think this is such low hanging fruit.
Exactly, yeah.
And you're harping on something that does not what are you talking, Josh? That's not a good look.
You're moving like a Republican.
So he's moving like a billionaire white man.
Mm-hmm. It's for me, it is so confusing to me because I understand that Wu has a lot of opposition. She has a lot. Like, I've been watching the comments. Like, when I watch a post, I go in the comments to really kind of figure out how people are feeling. Mm-hmm. This event had over 1,500 kids going to a job fair.
Yep.
I don't believe, and maybe that's my belief, and maybe I would have had a failed event too, I guess. I don't believe that it was a complete waste. It says that there was nobody that was hurt and or injured and or arrested. I don't think that maybe she thought that it was the Kiss Me I'm Irish parade. What is this?
St. Patrick's.
St. Patrick's Day parade or Boston Carnival or anything where there needed to be all of the police presence in all of the land there. Because I don't think that anybody thought that a job fair would initiate violence and fighting.
Right.
So that's me. I could be very, very ignorant. I'm also not standing up for Mayor Wu because I don't know what happened. I'm just reading the reports now and seeing them over the whatever. However, I do feel like the constant trash talking about her doesn't make me feel. I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
If I don't know Josh Kraft or the new white man that is going up for mayor or Domingos, if I didn't know them, the first thing that I don't want is to hear them completely attacking someone over and over.
Yeah.
Tell me what you did.
Yeah.
Tell me how you in the streets. Tell me, like, I'm reading like messages of him, like he's in the prison systems. He is, doing a lot that he's not talking about. He's been in the city. He's been in the hood for years. He's out here. I don't want to keep hearing that from social media posts. I want his campaign to be off of what he has done and how he is different than these other white men and how he would make this a better Boston for us. I can't hear it.
I hate that campaign strategy of just harping on what the other person is doing wrong rather than, highlighting what you would do right. I really don't like that. And I wish that's what he would do because it's just like I said, it's just low hanging.
Let's go into the comments. Jess said, I was supposed to go up a little bit. I was supposed to be there too. I'm so happy I didn't go. They kept pressing me to show up, but thank God I got great stuff and my kids always come back. That's really scary. Jess, in these kind of things, do you see that there could be would you anticipate, that you would need extra security? I know the kids these days is bad as hell too.
I don't know because ADSL has big events all the time right there in Town Field. And I know that the police are always there.
Yeah, but they're not there to
extended police
patrol.
presence because there's gonna be kids there. So I don't know if you would.
I think that typically that you would cater towards what type of event it is.
Yeah.
And now that something has happened, now they know
What to
before
do?
going in the
They said last year was a big job fair too. This one pretty much that last year they probably got close to 1,000. This year
Mhm.
they got 1,500. So it's an overwhelming situation. I seen people in the comment sections talking about, yeah, and I heard some kids were excluded. And I was like, oh, what kids were excluded? They gave first priority to Boston public school students. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem so far-fetched to me.
No.
And most people that were in the comments going against her or, really kind of whatevering for Josh were white people that I don't believe would have sent their children to that particular job fair in the first place. So I'm kind of concerned about.
Their kids don't go to no Boston public school.
Yeah.
Period. Or I don't know.
So go back to the comments. Nicole said, so Tina said it's a job fair. They should have been focused on getting a job. These young folks these days have no damn manners, morals and manners. That's another thing, Tina. These kids these days have absolutely zero respect for anybody and anything.
Yep.
I'm not saying all of them because some of them are probably being raised right. And we all got them kids that are just a little fluky,
Yeah.
So I don't really know what could have been expected or what we should have expected, because I also wasn't going to be comfortable if the kids went there with 1,000 cops surrounding them. I'm not sure that would have been effective either.
Yep.
Go back to the comments, Tristan. Sorry. Jess said they have to blame someone, so of course they will blame her.
Yeah.
How about blame these unruly damn kids?
Mhm.
Mike Naya said someone said cops because it's Roxbury, right, Murphy? Like Erin Murphy made it seem like it was a zoo. Maya
and the thing about it is that Erin Murphy, if you were so concerned, I don't think this would have been something that you would have went to.
So she went there.
She was there.
She was actually there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And if you like that, why you didn't call in for more cops to come if you thought whatever? Aren't you a city councilor or whatever?
I'm trying to find her full comment, and we're gonna just park it here for a little bit because I think it's important. These kids definitely need jobs, right? They need jobs. I'm wondering more so about internally. Are there enough jobs for 1,500 kids? Like what is that? Like, what are the job sites that they're going to? Because I know in order to become one of the job sites, Chris, you're gonna have to call in with all of that paragraph.
I'll say this too. They handed out tickets for it, right?
Yeah.
And then they said that the tickets were sold out. Then the tickets are sold out. Do not let people come in on a first come, first serve. Let those be the kids that somebody complains about were left out. Well, you should have registered on time.
And if there was that much of a wait list,
yeah,
you leave them off and you do another one with the kids on the wait list.
And I think that was probably a mistake that happened there, because then it did lead to the overcrowding, which, if you had an incident where it was not overcrowded, then that's more handleable by the people that are there than having the overcrowding plus an incident.
Caller, you're live.
Good morning.
Yes, hi, Chris.
The reason why Mayor was getting backlash because there wasn't enough police presence there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I totally understand. But what I have a question for y'all was, instead of asking for police presence, where was the parents at? Mayor Wu's trying to make a difference.
Say that, Chris.
Jobs. And the parents wasn't even there to help them get a job. So who do we blame now? Do we really blame Mayor Wu, or do we blame the parents? Because everybody got a comment to say, but nobody want to hold ownership to being asked for these kids getting opportunities.
I think that is spot on.
I agree.
Like, thank you for, because I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, granted, I remember going to the Reggie Lewis Center back in the day to sign up for whatever.
For red shirts, yeah.
And there was a lot of people there too. I don't remember any fights because maybe I don't know.
Right.
But like those are usually like, it's pretty much packed house anyways. It's pretty, it's pretty all over the place. I wish I had gone. They're calling for another one. The parents. I don't know, because I didn't go with the parents. It's very crazy.
It's also 14 to 24 years old, which
so you wouldn't necessarily.
That's a huge age range. I remember that we had to go down and sign up for the red shirts because we used to work for TAGVs during the summer and get paid through the red shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But we used to go as a group in the van. Go down there,
get dropped off,
with someone.
Up.
And dropped off and come back. I don't know. Like, sometimes I think about, like, when we were teenagers, like the three of us, I could say, and we led pretty sheltered lives, I guess.
Yeah.
But now that we can look back on that and look at all the crap that we avoided
by
us living the sheltered lives that we lived. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but these days, especially, I think that parents need to get back to that. The problem is that everybody's grandmother is my age.
Yeah.
And their mother is 14 years younger. You know what I mean? So it's like, when I was 14, I already had you. So you 14, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta, I don't know. You're right, though. The parents got to be more present. Definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people they were expecting.
Right.
They expected, it was supposed to be a large turnout. Yeah. And they said that it was just an influx of kids. And it's so crazy that she has something going on to make sure that every kid that wants a job gets a job. So I'm interested to know, like if any part of the event was successful, because they said that was started at 11, they shut it down by 1,
12,
and it was supposed to be by 3. So did people get jobs?
Right. Well, that's what Josh Kraft is saying.
I mean, it's something too. Like, I want to make sure that the children got jobs.
Yeah.
It just means that there needs to be more job fairs and smaller job fairs if that is the case. Maybe something that big with all of these students and all of these job sites and everything like that. Maybe it's just too much to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm going for a job, I need to know if the kids is ready to work, not just, oh yeah, you're hired. How does it work with so many kids? What's the organization around there? Mm-hmm. And these are the things that we'll be able to ask them as we figure out more about this. But let's move it on.
And speaking of mayoral race, real estate developer Thomas O'Brien to join Boston's mayoral race.
Other white man.
That song, that is Americana. His name right there. That is Thomas O'Brien. That real estate developer Thomas O'Brien is the latest candidate joining the race to be Boston's next mayor. Sources say he's the head of HYM Investment Group, which is behind several big Boston projects, including One Congress, Suffolk Downs, and Boston Landing.
Oh, Suffolk Downs.
What's Boston?
Boston. Go to clip, young man. No, it wasn't very much. It was just him. Does it say any more about him? He's just a big developer.
Yes.
Me. Yep.
He's, according to the HYM website, O'Brien is a graduate of Brown University and Suffolk University Law School. He also serves on the boards of several organizations, including the Anti-Defamation League of New England, the Pine Street Inn, and the Rose Kennedy Greenway Conservancy. O'Brien's campaign announcement is expected next week. Mayor Michelle Wu, the incumbent, is also expected to kick off her official re-election campaign early next month. Wu, 40. When did she turn 40?
Why we didn't get no invite?
In January.
Oh my goodness. Was first elected to the Boston City Council in November of 2013, becoming the first Asian American woman to serve on the council. She was unanimously chosen by her colleagues to serve as a president of the city council in January of 2016, becoming the first woman of color to serve as council president, a role she held for 2 years. The Harvard College and Harvard Law School graduate was elected mayor in November of 2021 and took the oath of office a few days later, instead of the usual transition in January, because she was replacing an interim mayor.
Shout out to Kim J.D.
Josh Kraft, the son of New England Patriots owner and billionaire businessman Robert Kraft, is also in the race. He spent 30 years with the Boys and Girls Club of Boston, led his family's philanthropy, and has served on the boards of several local organizations. Kraft has critiqued the cost of Wu's legal preparation for her congressional testimony, the White Stadium project, recent bike lane projects, and North End outdoor dining restrictions. And that we know all of those things already.
I mean,
Thomas O'Brien is worth $26 million.
Oh, I mean, that's not.
What I feel, I don't know. Like, this is again, this is the first time I've really paid it. I think I started paying attention to mayoral races when Tito Jackson was going against Marty Walsh back then.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was a while ago, and then that's when I first started being interested in politics. This year, however, it's so interesting to me. Based off of lived experience, based off of what we're seeing around, and what we're being inspired and motivated at. For it just is not appealing to me to bypass a woman of color for anything else. I don't know.
And it is unappealing, but it's the way of the world.
This is like and Domingos. There are, like we saw what happened on a national level when we allowed. I'm not saying that these men are anything at all like Donald Trump, because I
Yeah.
don't think there's too many stupid idiots like that who are in leadership positions.
Well, they are. 'Cause Donald Trump appointed.
He appointed them. For me, it almost seems, kind of like they're gonna cancel out each other. One is gonna make it to the primaries, the other one is not, and she's always gonna hold this little stake in position based on what people are feeling right now on a national level. Like I just feel like she has a one up right now. We got to get her in here. She hasn't been here in a while, so she's kind of, like we feel some type of way as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're vouching or anything for Mayor Wu, but just kind of just what we've been dealing with.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so weird to me.
For me, the
go
part
ahead.
that he's a developer, I just like
That sounds nasty too, right?
Yeah, we see that Walsh sold out the city. Mayor Wu's husband's also a developer, and then I don't know if he has any parts of what's going on, but we don't need another developer running the city right now.
Is overdeveloped.
It's crowded. It's overcrowded right now. It's just too much. So we don't need another.
We'll see. It's going to
We'll
be
see.
a very
And we'll be talking
interesting
to
race.
people.
I think she also right now has a lot of very national popularity.
Yeah, she's a celebrity.
She is a celebrity in many ways, and so she's got a lot of eyes on her, which is good twofold. It's good for supporters, but it's also fuel for critics. So we shall see. The city seeks public input on the Everett Soccer Stadium proposal.
Now we're getting. The news is messy,
and we know that is Kraft family, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. A new home for the New England Revolution is closer to becoming a reality. However, leaders in 2 Massachusetts cities need to give the green light. A meeting at the Everett City Hall will give the public its first chance to ask questions and better understand the proposed soccer stadium project. The Kraft Group wants to transform the old Everett power plant site into a home for the New England Revolution. It's working with Everett and Boston on potential impacts to both cities. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu said few details have been shared, and the city is concerned about the potential traffic impact on Charlestown. Everett city leaders are also seeking more information and public input.
Residents to get to ask questions about the impacts of this proposed stadium. Now, it's the Kraft Group that wants to transform the site of the old Everett power plant into the new home of the New England Revolution. It's working with Everett and Boston on potential impacts to both cities, but Boston Mayor Michelle Wu says few details have been shared and says the city is concerned about the potential traffic impacts, specifically in Charlestown.
Hold on,
now, Everett
Mayor
city
Wu.
leaders are also seeking more information and public input. Some decisions on the stadium are up against a May 1st deadline when a mediator would get involved in discussions. If there's no agreement by December 31st, it would then go to arbitration. But both Boston and Everett need to sign off on the stadium agreement for it to move forward. Tonight's meeting here in Everett is scheduled at 6 o'clock here at City Hall.
Ain't
Reporter
that
live in
about a
Everett,
bitch,
Matt
huh?
Reed.
You concerned about the traffic in Charlestown, but want to build a soccer stadium in Boston where there's not even enough street? But I'm just saying. That's all. Is that the observance that you had?
That's my very same observance that I had.
Oh,
and then it's the same thing. Are you going to potentially stop them from doing that?
Right.
When the city is being sued for the one that we got.
Right.
That's very messy, and I can see why he would be a little mad at you.
Yeah, that's a little bold and audacious.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, for me, one side is a highway, the other side is basically like a back road.
Exactly.
So it makes more sense to put it in Everett.
It makes more sense for it to be in Everett because it's a highway.
But I think it would cause more traffic because that highway over there in Everett, it goes to like in the back there, East Boston, and like it's basically like a dead end. Like
it's not a deader end than the little back street.
I think you know what I'm saying. I think it would cause more commotion because it's a highway over there. You know what I mean? There's more traffic that comes through there, whereas over here it's residential, and those people don't really.
I can't even see where I am.
In the back, in the back there by White Stadium.
No, by White Stadium, I think it's trash.
Yeah,
I think I think it's a big enough space. I think it's just located in the wrong place for a soccer stadium. Yeah. I don't think that there could be any good traffic that comes from White Stadium soccer. I like the idea of the soccer field.
It is one lane each way, and going down that back street. What is that? Walnut?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but just think about Kitty's Carnival and things that used to jamboree and stuff that used to be down there.
Yeah.
When it was those days, people were parking on people's sidewalk, people's garage, all the way. Juneteenth, all of those things that go on around there already is a precursor for what could happen.
Yep.
And I don't know if this, we can't move forward with ours without letting them move forward with theirs, and they should just kind of split on the Everett one.
The Everett power plant where they're talking about, what I understand is right across from Encore, right? That's that Everett power plant.
Yeah.
That is, like you said, it's highway. There's two ways, and they have enough space over there where they can also build parking. And the only thing about over there though is that there's that rotary right there.
The bridge is there too. I
don't know if the bridge, I think they closed that underneath. No, so it's the rotary that they have now that goes to like Sullivan Square right there. So that rotary would definitely cause some traffic because it does all the time. But I think that it makes more sense to build something on a highway than it does to build on a residential street with one lane. That's just my opinion. Yeah. But that's that. And again, back to like your original thing. I don't think that should be the thing that she says.
Yeah, I think she should be like, let's sit at the table and figure it out. Yeah, maybe that's why they have tension.
Yeah, Yeah. Speaking of protests and things, 2 anti-Musk protesters hit by a truck during demonstration at a Watertown Tesla dealership. The protest was part of a global day of action against Tesla CEO Elon Musk under a campaign known as the Tesla Takedown. So this is so funny because yesterday I was reading an article about a man who was protesting Tesla and an anti-protester was out there and he was 70 years old and he hit the anti-protester. So the Tesla protester hit the anti.
The Tesla protester hit the anti-Tesla protester.
Yes.
Oh.
Protesting not hit.
Down, some protesters outside a Watertown Tesla dealership could face charges. Good evening, everyone. Ken McLeod with you. Police say that driver injured 2 demonstrators. WBZ's Paul Burton spoke with one protester who says he barely dodged trouble.
His mirror hit my arm.
No Elon, no KKK, no fascist USA.
Yeah.
Tense moments at a Tesla protest on Pleasant Street in Watertown on Saturday when Frank Gary says he was clipped by a black pickup truck.
But he hit me with this, the mirrors, those trucks with the big side mirrors. Bang, hit me right in the arm. I chased after him to get the number and I gave it to the police officers.
Frank says he was standing on the sidewalk chanting with a group of protesters when the black F-150 truck turned the corner close to the crowd. Police say the driver of the pickup struck 2 people. Their injuries were not serious. You think he was aiming for you?
Oh, absolutely. He had parked here where like that car was, and then he just went right here. So he was planning the whole time. It was intentional, and a deadly weapon is a car.
There was a strong police presence during the protest. Police say they did locate the truck a short time later and have spoken with the driver.
Elon Musk has got to go.
Protests against Tesla have been happening across the country. A large crowd gathered in front of the Tesla dealership on Boylston Street in Boston.
A job you don't have.
Against President Trump and billionaire Elon Musk.
To raise awareness about what Elon is doing with Doge and with,
that's what he gets.
Tens of thousands of federal.
I would hate to work at that Tesla dealership. I'm just not. I quit. Yeah. I'm going to work at the one in Hull or something like that. Where
they protest in all of them, I think. I think there's at least one protester at each place. But what's it going to do?
Yeah.
He's not going to shut it down. No. He's not going to shut down anything. And if anything, I heard that he did some loophole this weekend and sold one of his businesses to himself for $40 billion.
See, Twitter. He sold Twitter to himself for $45 billion. He paid 44. He sold it to Twitter for something else.
He sold Twitter to itself?
He sold Twitter to Twitter. He sold X to XAI.
Oh.
Also, Canada banned Tesla.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
For real?
Canada has banned Tesla after Trump's 25% auto tariff.
So that's something else. Is that in here too?
Because these tariffs. Have y'all been hit with any tariffs? Anybody been hit with any tariffs?
Yes, life has been hit with tariffs.
Yes.
Life.
But have you been, like, when you've been shopping, have they charged you extra? Like,
I don't think that we're going to see it like that. I think it's going to be a slow increase over time that we start to see, but I don't think we're going to see it immediately.
Yeah,
I went to AutoZone the other day with my boy, and they charged him an extra $10 for shipping.
Did they?
Yes. That was extra tax on
top of the
on
tax.
top of what he paid. Yes.
You know what they gotta get? They gotta get rid of them taxes and fees. Ticketmaster. Didn't Joe Biden say that he was gonna get rid of them?
Donald Trump and them said, error. Y'all gonna pay your fees so Elon Musk can get some money.
Ticketmaster.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Put a tariff on them.
It's crazy. One man is injured in a Roxbury shooting, police say. One man was injured in a shooting in Roxbury. The shooting happened just after 5:30 p.m. on Sunday at 30 Schuyler Street in Boston, Schuyler Street. When police arrived, they found the victim with non-life-threatening injuries. He was taken to a hospital nearby, and Boston police are investigating. No arrests have been made. I hate those stories because they tell us nothing. Hundreds flee a building after Boston police say a fight broke out inside, and that's the same thing. We know that third person in 12 days killed. I'm going to put these other two at the end. Third person in 12 days killed on the train line. What is going on the train line?
On the train line.
So, third person in 12 days killed. Third person in less than 2 weeks has been hit and killed by a Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority train. According to the superintendent of the Transit Police Department, Richard Sullivan, the adult male who was hit by the train in Brockton on Friday evening committed an intentional act. On behalf of the Transit Police and the entire NBA organization, we express our most sincere condolences to the decedent's family and friends. Sullivan stated there would be no further updates. It is the third pedestrian killed by a train in southern Massachusetts in recent days. At around midnight on March 24th, a pedestrian was fatally struck in the area of West and Pine Streets in Abington. Sullivan stated that it was an intentional act by the pedestrian. March 24th. Remember we were talking about why the guy was out there on the track? They said that it was an intentional act. So these people are going out there to kill themselves.
Because like we said, ain't no damn way.
Yeah.
You are not out there intentionally trying to die with a flashing gate that comes up and down, and a loud, fast train coming towards you.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell, and you're not stuck. You trying to tell me you couldn't move out the way fast enough for the train to come?
Right.
Because it's Donald Trump world.
I mean, it's crazy.
And then there was the one on Friday, there was one on March 16th, there was one on March 24th. And so those are the 3 people, 12
I
days.
think Tristan said that. Like when there is a suicide, it's a suicide spot now.
Yeah.
So now that's where we're all gonna go to do it. It's not the train's fault.
Yeah. Formerly incarcerated Black men say they're being targeted for eviction from their Charlestown complex. Michael Penn says he's facing an eviction from his Charlestown apartment because the property manager claims his dog barks too loudly and too much. Demetrius Calhoun says he too is being threatened with eviction in the same complex known as the Graphic Lofts because he allegedly caused flooding in the apartments below by leaving a window partly open. The 2 residents, both Black men who've spent time in prison, deny the allegations and said they say they are being targeted because of the color of their skin and time behind bars. They want me out, they told GBH News recently. It sucks when I move into a situation where I'm happy to be, and for no reason other than the fact that I'm Black and I have a record, or, they just don't like my appearance. To them, I just scream Black thug or, gangster or whatever. This article is very, very interesting. It's quite long. You can find it on WGBH, and it's titled "Formerly Incarcerated Black Men Say They Are Being Targeted for Eviction from Charlestown Complex." That's really, really crazy. I'm not, just because time.
Charlestown got a lot of apartments.
Charlestown has a lot of apartments. They do.
So if people wanted to find an apartment, they could.
Yes, but Charlestown is also expensive.
Is it?
It is.
Charlestown's expensive.
Charlestown's expensive, and you have to get into one of those type, based on
lotteries
your
and stuff.
Situation and lotteries and things like that. A Woburn restaurant owner is sentenced to prison for migrant smuggling conspiracy. So a father and son from Woburn are sentenced to prison last week in connection with conspiracy to smuggle migrants from Brazil into the United States.
So sorry. I was watching a TikTok video of this Mexican dude who got deported, and he started videotaping. He was like, I'm gonna be back soon. So the next clip is of him on the Coyote bus coming back towards America. The next clip is of him in Vegas holding the Mexican flag, talking about Trump, I'm back. It was a week. 1 week since he got deported that he got back.
How he do that? How he do that? I don't know. Jesse James Moraes, 67, and Hugo Giovanni Moraes, 45, are the owners of two Woburn restaurants, Taste of Brazil, Tudo de Brasa, and the Dog House Bar and Grill. Charging documents stated that the men's conspiracy involved recruiting undocumented Brazilian migrants to come to the U.S. through Mexico without authorization. The co-conspirators allegedly recruited them in exchange for fees between $12,000 and $22,000 per person.
That's how much it take to get up here?
That's how much that's how much you pay the coyotes? Where you get that money from?
They be saving their whole. That's what I'm talking about. At this point, they need to just put all their money together and buy one of them Trump gold cards and see if 40 of them could come off of one or something like that. You know, Trump, we ain't got 5 million each, but what we did is put together ours and we help that you give us.
We need a group discount,
a partial visa or something like that. Let us just be able to work in the fields or something.
They reportedly told the migrants that they employed to obtain false identification documents, referring them to co-defendant Marcos Chagon Gil to do so. The men allowed some of the migrants to pay off some of their smuggling fee by direct payment, withheld wages, or collection by relatives or associates in or outside of the United States. Wow, that's elaborate. That is elaborate. Crime police in Abington police arrest a 17-year-old on a slew of assault and armed robbery charges. 17 years old. He got arrested on a slew of charges.
Threw a book at it.
On the evening of March 28th around 6 p.m. when Abington police alongside the Metro Lex, SWAT, CID, CNT, K9, and tactical drone unit, conducted a high-risk arrest at a residence in the area of 117 North Avenue. Upon arrival, the suspect, a 17-year-old juvenile, was taken into custody in connection with an armed robbery that took place earlier in the week. The juvenile is also being charged with armed robbery, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, threat to commit crime, to wit murder, larceny from possession of Class B controlled substance, and unlawful possession of ammunition. The juvenile is also facing 2 outstanding warrants with charges of assault with a dangerous weapon, carrying a firearm without a license, carrying a loaded firearm without a license, armed robbery ×2, possession of over 2 ounces of marijuana inside of a residence, possession of intent to distribute a controlled substance, drug violation near a school or park.
You done? That's it?
That's all.
They didn't have no more they could put on it?
That's all for now for this 17-year-old boy. 17 years old.
I gotta pay for the youth.
What the hell?
Parents, get a hold of your children. Now is more than ever. That if you watch them like they toddlers.
Hem them the hell up.
Yeah.
Because these kids are out of damn control. Last week we talked about the scam that my friend had posted happened to her. And unfortunately, police in Massachusetts issue a warning after a 76-year-old has been scammed out of $30,000. Wow. In that same type scam, a 76-year-old Massachusetts resident fell victim to a scam of lost $30,000 after the scammers contacted him a second time asking for more money. But the resident realized it was a scam and he did not send more money, but contacted his bank.
When do you realize that it's a scam that's happening?
After you've lost your first $30,000.
Bro, how? It would take so much convincing for me to give you $20.
Child.
Like I wouldn't even be able to do it. One time Carrie stopped me from a scam though. This is when we first started Spark FM and they was doing them Cash App scams where you could do 10 and you get back 22,000 or something like that. I was this close.
I was tempted.
I was this close. He was like, is the person talking back to you? And I was like, yes. He was like, did they call you? I was like, no. He was like, girl, put the phone down. Okay.
But I mean, first of all, I can't never scam.
So I ain't got it.
And I can't get scammed because, again, I don't got it. So according to the Hingham police on Monday, a resident came to the police station to report that 2 weeks earlier, he had fallen victim to a scam. He said he was contacted by the scammers and believed his computer became infected by a virus or malware. The scammers told him that his money in the Hingham bank was at risk of being stolen. The scammer advised him to withdraw $30,000 in cash from the bank, but cautioned him not to tell the bank staff why, because an employee at the bank was corrupt. As well.
Oh, wow.
The resident went to his bank, withdrew the cash, and then he was told he needed to deposit the cash into an FDIC machine to keep his money safe. The resident asked where such a machine was, and he told them a nearby gas station in Norwell had a machine. The resident went there and saw a Bitcoin machine. The scammer explained that it was a dual machine and it was safe to deposit the cash. He deposited the $30,000 into the Bitcoin account. So
yes. I'm into this story, so I'm just looking dead in your face because I'm like, tell me more.
He lost it once he sent it into
once he put it into the Bitcoin because it just goes away.
Yeah.
Oh,
but there's no
like that before.
But even with the even with that though, like there's no, you don't have to like type in no identifying information before you put it in there. Like, so how can I ensure that my money is gonna be safe? Like what? Say, there's no more storage.
You sent somebody Bitcoin. You sent it to them. That's it.
Oh, so he was sending it to some like they made. But why would I send it to somebody that wasn't me?
And Bitcoin is not like you can't reverse that. Like, when you're doing a regular cash app.
$30,000. How long does it take you to deposit $30,000 in cash into a Bitcoin machine? That's
at a gas station.
Yes. The scammer called him back and advised him to convert $35,000 from his stocks into cash and deposit it into his Hingham bank account. He made the transfer and was about to withdraw that cash, but became suspicious when the man said to bring the cash home and someone would come to his home and pick it up in order to keep it safe.
See, you got crazy. You got crazy. Send him back to where you just sent him. He was okay with going there while you switching up the plan.
Because they were like, he done fool enough to go there, so now he's fool enough to let us come to his house. The resident then realized it was a scam and notified the bank. As with similar scams, the scammers likely kept the resident on the phone to make sure he did not have time to call someone to confirm or verify information. This also helps the scammer make sure they follow instructions. We have seen scammers stay on the call for 2 to 3 hours while the person drives to the bank and makes a withdrawal. As with all scams, they are skilled in their phone skills and putting fear into the victims that their money is at risk unless they follow directions. Please share or have a conversation with those senior family members and friends, as they are usually the ones targeted.
My mother, not saying that she would ever do this, but my mother be giving the people the time of day, like the extra warranty people, the loans, the medical people. She be sitting on the phone with them for a lot. I be like, is you bored? Like, is it boy? You better call a friend or something like that. Get off of the phone. She
doesn't want to keep some people company.
I think that's because my mom is literally like mother is like the nicest person that you could ever meet.
Yep.
So she always wants to give people more, you know, like so she will sit there like I was like, "Ma, who you talking to?"
But she'd be like, that,
but she's like,
the people that have the job just have to sell things, so we should listen to them.
Give me the phone.
She's so damn sweet.
I can't just hang up on them. Why not?
I'd be the person in the background.
I was on the phone with Tony. I was like, get on the phone. And she sat there and I'm sitting there. And Tony's like, wait, you still on the phone? Yeah. Why off the phone?
So speaking of that, though, yesterday I watched a very, very interesting documentary on Netflix. Netflix got some good documentary. This one is called Con Mom.
Well, I watched that.
Did you watch Con Mom?
I watched that day this weekend.
Yeah.
That's with the little old lady, con lady?
Old lady.
She was like 72 years old.
She was 82, I think. Well, we don't know how old she was, but that old lady was conning them people.
Wicked.
How much money did they say? How much money she got out of them people?
I think it was like
it was because she got like over 100,000 from just her son.
Yeah.
So do you think that he was really her son, or do you think that was a con too?
That was his son.
I know, but I don't believe that for some reason. Y'all gotta watch that. Go and watch it. It's called Con Mum. CONMUM on Netflix. That old lady scamming people. That was wild work.
Wicked little Asian woman.
Well, I was just like, that's crazy. And I was like, she probably got somebody to doctor that test to say that he was her son too, because I still don't believe it. And she had been conning people for over 40 years.
Yep.
Because she had served time and gotten in trouble for cons when she was in her 40s. And now we think she might be in her 80s. Did you watch it?
Like she maybe might be in her 80s.
They don't know that she had like several birth certificates.
Did she really have cancer?
No.
No, she didn't have
cancer.
She didn't have a damn thing. She had a liar. That's what she had.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. Okay. I saw the previews for it, and I think I watched the previews, but I was just like, I can't watch scamming because it makes me angry.
No, you have to watch it with this old lady because it's like, but she was an old lady.
Like, why are you doing that?
She was in the 5-star hotels, bring all the champagne, bring all the caviar.
As long as you played a part,
yep,
you can get away with it.
She played that. She was
that
good.
was like the girl, the Anna making Anna. That one Wintour. What? Not
Anna Wintour.
Yeah, it wasn't Wintour.
No, not Wintour.
Anna somebody.
Anna,
but you,
Scopoulopoulos.
as long as you believe in yourself, and if you believe in your lies, and you convince yourself that you are what you say you are, most likely you will be successful. And that's things that. Maybe those documentaries are good for people who are ambitious to watch, because you need to have audacity to feel like you can make it.
The girl, the apple cider vinegar girl, after she was caught, she went and she sold her story to 60 Minutes or whatever it was over in England for like $75 million or $75,000. Right. And so she was caught in that. Now she's Muslim. She's wrapped up Muslim and assumed a Muslim name and is calling other people as a Muslim.
Sometimes you've got to find the Lord.
Anyhow,
Allah.
Go and watch.
Real quick. Go
ahead.
I didn't want to watch the Donald Trump. However, they told me I found out that you found out where Donald Trump learned all his tricks from. Roy Cohn. So I'm about to watch that. Roy Cohn was a lawyer from back in the day.
Yep,
I heard he was a wicked lawyer.
Yeah,
meaning very ruthless, and that basically that's how Donald Trump modeled himself out.
Oh, because it says who was Trump's mentor.
Yep.
I mean, I still to this day wake up and be like, wow, America really elected this man again.
Yeah.
When I was going back and forth with the Black Mexican Trump supporter.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Black Mexican immigrant Trump supporter. I'm just gonna let that sit there for a little while here. He said they were talking about Trump or his business and the fact that he got that he did bankruptcy 11 times. It has been factual checked that it's been 6 times. But the young man said, oh no, he only got bankrupt 4 times to be exact. And what makes people think that just because he failed 4 times, that wouldn't he learn something and be able now to have a successful business? Who gives people that much chances to business? And now you are now getting to the chance to lead America in business after 6 bankruptcies.
That's the part that I just really don't. At a mental basic level, it doesn't make sense to me. The things that we know that Donald Trump has done are not good, and you people elected him to be your king. And I don't understand
second and maybe even a third time.
Forever. And we will get into that in the national news. Figure skater who lost both parents in the DC plane crash brings the crowd to tears and to its feet. So as we know, the National Figure Skating Championship took place here in Boston over the weekend, and it had many people who were affected by that plane crash were a part of that. Maxim Novov came to a stop in the middle of the ice, looked up to the sky, patted his heart, then he mouthed the words in Russian to his parents. This is for you guys. You guys are with me. I love you both. Oh my gosh, I got chills. Former world peers champion Vadim Norov and Eugenia. I'm not making fun of their names. I just really can't pronounce it. Died in January when their plane crashed with a military helicopter. A total of 67 were killed, and lots of them were figure skating champions. This is the son who finished 4th at nationals, already had returned home since the crash. He has become, in many ways, the face of the tragedy, or at least in its effect in the skating community. I don't think I've walked through a hallway and haven't been given a hug, and I feel that support and love, he said on Sunday. It's been beyond anything that I could have ever imagined, and it helped so much to get through this day. And that's awesome. I can't imagine what this
I can't imagine being
through.
Back on that field, on that ice skating rink.
Yeah.
He wasn't less than a month ago, right?
No.
About a couple of months.
Ago. He's 23 years old. I don't know if he had other siblings, but his parents were amongst those who died in that plane crash. Very sad story, very long article, but I would have loved to be at that figure skating thing that happened there. Massachusetts astronaut Sunita Williams is going to speak for the first time since her return to Earth. That's going to be live at 2:30 p.m. today, so you guys can go ahead and tune into that and see what she has to say. I wonder if she's still like floating. You know what I mean? Like not.
She probably came down.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't. She was up there for 9 months.
She was.
Girl. We was on the plane for 9 days, and I rocked for 7 when we came back. So I can't imagine what she's feeling like. Last week we talked about that new place that they're opening with the IVs, and you can go hang out with your friends, and all of you get IVs at the same time.
Yeah.
That place also has a foam bathing suite, so it's a big foam pit, like a big foam party.
Yeah.
And you can go in there and sit in there for a long time, and then you come out, your skin feels like a baby's bottom from just sitting in the foam place.
Well, I'm gonna have to. How much is that one? Because when we was looking, I think the shortest thing was $150 or
The
something
cheapest
like
thing,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So-
What are you gonna do there?
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a foam bath, Tristan.
take a foam. I mean, that makes me want to go to a foam party, because if it's that good for your skin. But I don't think.
Have you
foam
ever been
parties
to a
is-
foam party? Oh, well, you
Remember,
went into the foam in
I went
Trinidad.
into the foam in
Yeah.
Trinidad. So it's Remedy Place is the name of the place, and it's in Summer Street in Boston, and it's the world's first social wellness club. So they have ice baths, hyperbaric chambers, IV drips, infrared sauna, lymphatic compression, cryo chamber, acupuncture, VO2 max testing, and more. And this is the first foam pit in America. Is here in Boston.
I can't wait to go. I don't know. I can't wait to go, because if it's the only one that they got, that means everybody gonna come here. People is nasty with their nasty skin and body.
I know, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, because the foam parties, but then it'd be nasty in foam parties.
You gotta go early.
You gotta
By
go.
the end of the night.
You gotta be the first foam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a train, no?
That's gross. You're nasty.
And be the first couple ones to go through.
This last story.
Oh,
I have to be number one or number two. I won't be after that.
And and number two, you got to go pee or something like that. Come back.
Go wrench out. Go wrench it out.
Wrench it around.
Wrench it around. This is our WTF story of the day. Screaming banshee charged in fatal DUI after running down 73-year-old Bostonian. And it's just the latest in a string of arrests. A New Jersey woman charged with drunkenly running down and killing an elderly Boston man has a string of arrests for reckless driving, disorderly conduct, and assault going back over a decade, including 2 in recent months that earned her the nickname Screaming Banshee. Lauren Mullins, 32, was arrested in Cambridge after allegedly slamming her SUV into 73-year-old Daniel O'Neill, who was driving a moped around 1:30 a.m. on March 21st through a quiet intersection near the MIT campus. The collision sent O'Neill flying into an MIT police cruiser and carried off to the hospital with grievous injuries. He died 2 days later. Mullins, a New Jersey native and Suffolk University graduate who recently sat the bar exam, was allegedly found drunk at the carnage-filled scene and arrested on the spot. Officers were unable to conduct a standardized field sobriety test due to the defendant's belligerent nature and behavior, Massachusetts prosecutor said last week as she appeared in court. Do you have the clip there?
No.
She was charged with operating under the influence of liquor with serious bodily injury, along with negligent operation of a motor vehicle. But it was Mullins' latest arrest in what appears to be a year-long path of drunken destruction.
Why?
And O'Neill's family is baffled over why she was allowed on the streets.
That's what. Okay, I'm glad that her family is just as baffled as everybody else.
Yeah.
If the woman is a problem and she's a danger to herself and others and cannot behave herself, we have got to lock her up for a while until she gets sober.
Yeah.
There needs to be, I know that they say addiction, you can't force people to fix up their addiction. Then arrest her ass, and she can't get no drugs or liquor. And that way she will be having to go through her situation because she's arrested, not because you guys want her to get clean.
Yeah.
It's easy.
This seems like something that totally could have been avoided had people gotten her help, said O'Neill's niece. New Jersey records under her name show arrests for the likes of assault, resisting arrest, speeding, and disorderly conduct going back to 2014. Before the Cambridge incident, her most recent arrest was in Hoboken on January 31st, which was captured on body cam footage published by Transparency Body Cam and showed her severely inebriated on a nighttime sidewalk and bellowing herself hoarse at police officers who confronted her.
Let's see if we can get some of the bellowing
Complaints
bands.
against her for harassment.
Go when they arrest her.
Work Monday through Friday during their normal business hours. You go down there, they'll.
I think the very top.
You want to fucking hear me?
Beep.
I'm not going unless my mom comes with me. You think it's funny? No, you think it's funny. You guys are all laughing at me. You guys are all laughing at me.
They're not allowed to have
have anybody in the hospital. We can't transport it. And look, Tom, nobody said that unless it's only a female. Get the fuck off.
Beep.
Boy, I like watching
Almost
white
choked.
people get arrested
Tristan, that's not nice.
because they're so just,
Belligerent.
Yeah, and you know.
They
I
say
wish I could do that.
I wish.
just months earlier, she was arrested again outside a bar on October 24th. Body cam footage from the incident captured Mullins repeatedly screaming, "I know my right to remain silent."
Then shut up.
"I'm smarter than all of you combined. I have a law degree," she yelled from inside the squad car after she was detained and carried away, the footage says. Then in a third video from January of 2023, she was filmed apparently wasted, hurling abuse at officers who responded to the calls from neighbors who said she had drunkenly picked a fight with them. Mullins was finally restrained and hauled off to a hospital because of her inebriation in that incident, which appears to have earned her a charge of assault on a law enforcement officer. Mullins may have been severely injured in a car accident in Arizona, according to a 2023 GoFundMe, though the details of the incident remain unclear. On Thursday, February 9th, Lauren was involved in a terrible car accident in Scottsdale, Arizona. She was hit by a car and sustained several injuries, including a fractured shoulder, pelvis, and C6 vertebrae, the GoFundMe read, indicating she was hospitalized for weeks after undergoing extensive surgery. Prosecutors with the Middlesex County District Attorney's Office said she also has a record in Massachusetts. Her attorney argued in court that she was curable and claimed her recent behavior was not a lifelong pattern. The niece of the victim agreed. She doesn't need remorse. She's not sorry. She's only sorry because she has to pay for it.
She's terrible.
Yeah, she was ordered to be held and increased. Her bail was increased to $65,000 cash.
She don't got it.
No, good.
But
And
good.
she shouldn't have
Leave
it.
her in here
Leave
until
her
she
in
can
there.
get the money on her own from working in the jail and getting sober, and then you can come out because you should not be put on the street no more.
Crashed up the little man moped. Jeez. And crashed him and flew him onto another car and killed him.
It's not funny.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
It's not funny at all.
that's the local news.
Jeez, that was kind of rough.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come. We're gonna get into some more news later on in the day. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this? Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up. All right, well, let's take a look.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton, alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue. Boston, Moonbug Productions proudly presents Crowns, a powerful and jubilant musical mixing gospel, jazz, and a little bit of hip-hop. Hats take center stage with an uplifting story exploring Black history, identity, and the power of sisterhood through the eyes of a young Black woman. It's a celebration of self-expression, tradition, and of course, fabulous hats. Get ready to clap your hands and tap your feet because these ladies have serious attitude. Don't miss Crowns. Opening April 11th through May 4th at the Arrow Street Arts in Cambridge. Tickets are just $55 at arrowstreetarts.org. And for flexible pricing, check out Pay What You Wish option at the box office. Crowns. April 11th through May 4th. Come for the hats, stay for the celebration.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it!
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you know mess with where you are gonna see a million. We got to go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. You say we are fooling, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca.
Hip
hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Wait, just for you. Gotta know that your love is true. Running for, been out my life. Wanna be your girl, not cause the mood is right. Could you be there for me? Oh, 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 baby. I just need a minute. Don't walk away. Don't walk away.
What happened to Jade? They this one song?
All of them are gone.
I know. Did they have another song?
Yeah. What happened to Adina Howard? I want to hear more from her.
Adina Howard, me too.
She sure did. You got me stuck on her.
Oh, that first Adina Howard CD, I killed it. It was so good.
It was really
so
good.
very entertaining.
T-shirt and your panties out?
No, this T-shirt with your panties was in the second one.
Oh,
that was one was with Jamie Foxx, I think, on a soundtrack. But she had her Adina Howard's first one was
Oh, that was your era. Mm-hmm.
I remember one time when we first started the show, Jelly was like, Tony, maybe you should do a music segment with music from your era. How old do you think I am, girl?
But that was good music.
No, it was. That 90s music was the music.
And now they just make
trash. Let me suck on your butt and things like
not
that.
suck on your butt. Jesus Lord.
At least Adina Howard used to be like classy with it. I could be your freak any
Y'all hear that new song? I'm a dog.
I'm a dog.
I'm a mutt.
I'm a mutt. That's the one. Yeah.
I'm a dog. I'm a mutt. I love that song.
What it do? What it say? What it mean?
That's what it says.
Is that a good thing? Like, is it a good thing?
I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the words say. Let me look it up.
Let's get into our national news. Trump says he's considering ways to serve a third term as president.
He should figure out how to go to hell sooner.
That one. That is what he should figure out. The man ain't even been in the office for 3 months. He got 3 more years, 3 and mad more months to go. Let's work on this first, Mr. Sir. Let's work on this part first. West Palm Beach, Florida. This is where this article came out. President Donald Trump said Sunday that I'm not joking about trying to serve a third term. The clearest indication he is considering ways to breach a constitutional barrier against continuing to lead the country after his second term ends at the beginning of 2029. Do you want to get into this video here, young Tristan?
Okay.
There are methods which you could do it, Trump said in a telephone interview with NBC from Mar-a-Lago at his
Donald
private
Trump says
club.
he is not joking about serving a third term, even though the Constitution does not allow for this. Trump told NBC News today there were, quote, methods that would allow him to serve another term. He also acknowledged it's too early to think about this right now. The 22nd Amendment says, quote, no person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. It was added in 1951 after FDR had been elected president 4 times in a row.
Really?
Yeah, so I learned that when I was looking up this.
I did not know that.
It was right after he died during his half of his fourth term that they put into the Constitution that they can't serve more than 2 terms.
So he actually did serve?
Yep, he served all 4, well, 3, and then died the second half of his 4th.
And Roosevelt was in a wheelchair, right? He's the one that was in a wheelchair.
Believe so, yes.
Wow.
We were talking this morning. Pastor Troy had said something about getting JD Vance elected as president and then finding a way to take him out. And then that way he can be the third president. Or there is some bills and some laws out there right now. I don't know what they're called. That there is a lawmaker somewhere that is fighting that part of the Constitution to figure out how Trump only would be able to serve 3 terms. It would, because of the fact that he already served 1, lost 1, came back for 1, so they're saying he should be able to do another one for his consecutive term. Yeah. So they are going to take their 3 years and figure this out. They are going to find the loophole. They are going to do whatever it takes to make sure that their goals are achieved. And I want us, independents and Democrats, to take a page out of the Republican book and make it happen.
Do you think that Donald Trump is holding a gun to these people's heads?
Yes.
It has to be, right? Because people cannot be this.
I think that there's a lot of skeletons and secrets that I don't think that people want to let go. And I think that prior to getting into office, he made sure that he had something on everyone, including a little change for your consideration. Yeah. But I'm gonna hold this over your head. I'm gonna pay you so that you feel good about this. But at the same time, because nobody's speaking out. Yep. Nobody from the other side has said anything about it. It's almost like they all drank the Kool-Aid and have succumbed to the nonsense. And I think that's crazy.
And I've got a lot of conspiracy theories in my head because I'll be watching a lot of conspiracy theories. If y'all have not had the chance, can y'all please go watch Paradise?
Yes.
Paradise. I think that they're putting out these things to let us know what's going on, and people aren't paying attention.
And Handmaid's Tale is about to start over with the revolution and the resistance.
Yep, and we got to figure out what it is that's going on.
I'm hoping that clearly I don't have the time and or the attention span to put together the organization, but I am hoping that the organization is being formed where I can join quickly. Sign me up. Trump said not with his health and BMI. I think that he will go so far as to I was about to say go so far as to getting healthy, but no, I think that the man lives off of cheeseburgers and French fries.
Yep. He looks like cheeseburgers and French fries.
Yeah, like what happens after.
Yeah. What we do have to do though is just get everybody involved and get the younger people involved in the next election, the local elections. You just got to get them involved and let them. Tell them
start the momentum.
They don't have to pay attention, but pay some kind of attention because this is going to affect them the most.
Yeah, and we will be starting that. So starting next Tuesday.
Tomorrow with Carlos Enriquez. We'll be getting back into that. We're going to be starting over. So we're going to go from the basics all the way to the ASICs.
Okay.
I didn't know what comes after from
the alpha to the beta.
That one from the alpha to the omega. We're gonna start you. So make sure that you guys bring your paper and pen. Make sure you get everything started. And make sure you know what's going on.
Y'all gotta make noise like the white folk do.
Yeah. Yes. We're gonna have town hall meetings. We're gonna yell and scream and
spark the vote.
Yes.
Spark FM online. Like I got white rights.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question, right?
Yes.
This is now that we all not paying attention, right? During the election, remember all the people that was trying to assassinate Trump? What happened to all them people there? I haven't heard about anybody
Fake
being
news.
locked up I'm starting to curious if all this was staged just to make sure he got into office.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Bro, seriously, no, dead ass.
Yeah.
They gotta pop out and show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely was. It was to garner attention towards him and a sympathy vote because there's a lot of freaking simps in America.
Yeah,
apparently.
like look at he's one of us. He got shot at too.
Yeah, so
look,
absolutely.
he's a hero.
Remember, he was like, what did he say? Now I know what it feels like to be black because I've been convicted of crimes. So yeah, people were like, yeah, he just like us.
He's one of us. He's from the ghetto. Shut up, Carlos. He said my sweater looked like the Hamburglar today. So speaking of the Hamburger, what did I say just now? Oh, moving on. Trump places 25% tariffs on imported autos. Car makers could face higher costs and lower sales. They said with the tariffs, once they hit, cars would probably most likely be about $12,500 more expensive. These are foreign autos because that's crazy. You guys know in America, Americans do not really F with the American cars, the Fords, the Cadillacs, the Chevys. Well, maybe that's a lie.
Yeah,
rural America,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, supports American automakers.
Like
but I think
Subaru?
for diverse
Subaru's nice.
geographic
Ethnic.
areas, I think for the most part, foreign cars, because we know that Toyota and Honda, two of the top of the line.
Yep.
You know, the Lexuses, the Beamers, all the foreign autos for once people get a little wealth.
Yep.
You know, they get a little foreign
luxury
a little luxury vehicle.
Did
and
you
they
know
don't-
that the young people refer to them as foreigns?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
so does the Caribbeans.
Oh, because I saw a little girl was like, I'm not letting him touch my foreign.
That's very old. I feel like they would have came up with something they own,
just
like
bougie.
imported
Bourgeois.
or something like that.
bourgeoisie.
Imported. Yeah, the top 3 U.S. car brands are assembled and distributed by the leading manufacturers in the U.S. Ford, America, Toyota, and General Motors. Well, I guess General Motors is American too. So.
I think that Ford has come up from its reputation because remember Ford used to stand for fix or repair daily. And I think that Ford now, especially with like the Ford trucks, the F-150 and things like that, they're popular.
Well, I think that those are popular in general amongst construction workers and union people because they are
and
Ford
men who
tough.
need to feel big.
Yeah, white men.
Oh, wow.
Trumpers.
Yeah. So 25% tariffs on auto imports, a move the White House claims would foster domestic manufacturing, but also put a financial squeeze on automakers that depend on global supply chains. This will continue to spur growth, Trump told reporters on Wednesday, will effectively be charging 25% tariffs. For some reason, I feel like Trump believes that if the foreign cars are more to make, that there's gonna all of a sudden be random factories that pop up all over America that people will fluctuate to work at in order for people to now be like, oh no, I don't want a foreign auto. I only want an American car built in America.
Does Trump feel like the money goes into his pockets?
I think it goes into America's economy.
And I think he thinks they pop out overnight.
Yes, they do. They are built. Like I can see if the man was building the factories, it was like, oh, we are developing 14, American auto factories in Idaho and things like that, where there are going to be lots of jobs and lots of things for people to do, and many, many, many people will be happy. But he's just like, no, we just gonna charge them more, and then we fully expect that you guys will get the picture and go buy American brand autos. But did he just make a big deal with Hyundai?
Well, not him. I don't think it was them. But somewhere in the White House, they made a deal with Hyundai for I think $50 billion, something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
For what? To what?
To help them with their the new technology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do about that, but whatever. We'll get into that later. What else we got here? Kentucky state legislator overturns Beshear's veto on legislation. What's that?
I don't know.
So let's see. Kentucky. Conversion therapy. On legalization of conversion therapy. What's conversion? The Kentucky state legislature voted on Thursday to overturn a veto by Governor Asher Beshear of a bill that would legalize conversion therapy on minors. Conversion therapy is a discredited practice that attempts to change the sexual orientation of non-heterosexual men and women. It is not recognized as an effective or science-based manner of changing one's sexual orientation by any mainstream medical organization within the United States. What did I just say?
I don't know. But it reminds me of, did you see the article that I sent you guys that I put in the group over the weekend with the father who's fighting for with the mother because the mother wants to
convince the little boy that he's a girl?
Yeah, has been raising him as a little girl.
I'm not sure how come the state has not received that boy into his father's protection.
Right now, the father says in that video that he has no contact with his sons right now. It was so interesting because they're twins.
Yeah.
And one of them, the mother decided to raise as a girl and has been trying to convince
Isn't that child
the child
abuse?
that it's a girl. Well, yeah, but then I don't know. I've got to get deeper into that story because I'm like, I don't know how much truth there is to it, or there's a lot of conflicting type things. But basically, the mother is moving to chemically castrate the little boy. And there somehow she seems to be able to have the rights to do this. She's a pediatrician herself. And according to that story, she's been getting support in being able to do this, which is just crazy. Yeah.
Go to this clip, young Tristan.
Here goes the clip.
Battle over
Nice
conversion
dress she has
therapy,
on.
a battle now headed to the highest court in the land. This morning, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case challenging a Colorado law that bans conversion therapy for minors. That's a practice that aims to change one's sexual orientation or gender identity. Critics, including the American Psychological Association, warn conversion therapy puts children at risk, causing significant distress and negative self-image.
It's harming kids. It doesn't do anything of value.
But one medical professional who argues otherwise will now take her case to the nation's highest court. Kaylee Childs is a licensed counselor and a practicing Christian. She claims patients voluntarily seek out her services and that the law banning conversion therapy violates her First Amendment rights to free speech and the free exercise of religion. Childs says she helps clients seeking to reduce or eliminate unwanted sexual attractions, change sexual behaviors, or grow in the experience of harmony with one's physical body.
What that mean?
Lawyers for the state of Colorado stand by the ban, saying the First Amendment allows states to reasonably regulate professional conduct to protect patients from substandard treatment, even when that regulation incidentally burdens speech. Some say the outcome of this case could depend on whether it's debated through the lens of free speech or the regulation of medical treatments.
Colorado, like many states, regulates therapists. And when there's a practice of therapy that is viewed as harmful and has no value, Colorado bans it.
The case will be argued during the court's next term, and that begins in the fall.
So what is in question here? The treatment or the language with the therapy?
What is the therapy? I still don't understand what conversion therapy is. So it's
to
like
help them
mental
transition.
health group.
Yeah.
I mean, mental health
to help them determine which life they're gonna live with.
Is it helping to
Transition.
convert them into what they want to be, or is
Okay.
it just giving them support?
It's supporting them in transitioning. It sounds
Conversion
like.
therapy is the pseudo-scientific practice of attempting to change an individual's sexual orientation, romantic orientation, gender identity, or gender expression to align with heterosexual or cisgender norms.
Oh, so it's praying the gay away.
Pushing them one way or the other.
No, it is trying to
converting
change their mind
Oh.
from. But so if
Because it
I'm
sounds a little brainwashing.
yeah,
Oh,
if I
okay.
feel like I'm a girl, then I'm just gonna go to this therapy and ask you to try to therapize my homosexuality out of me.
Oh, so
my
definitely it's praying the gay
transgender
away,
is yeah. So it's like praying the gay away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to church and the Lord is gonna
culture.
come down and descend upon me, and the Lord will help me to not be gay anymore.
Oh, okay.
And this one is therapy.
I do not like menses.
I've been delivered.
I've been delivered.
I've been delivered.
Delivered.
I don't know the guy.
What's his name? Yes, delivered. Yeah. Is he
Delivered.
still delivered or is he reverted back? Because he's a girl.
Bless his heart.
Oh.
You know? I don't know. She's abusing her right. She knows the law and trying to find loopholes to do what she want to do.
Uh-huh.
That's what that means. Children's Hospital performs the operative, so no, it's not legal. Operation.
Do they?
Oh, really?
I think they were one of the first hospitals, right? That was one of the controversial ones.
I didn't know that they were performing operations.
Remember when they were like getting they were getting a lot of what do you call it?
Hate?
When the people them protesting, a lot of protests like last year around that.
Oh. That's very interesting. I wonder, can therapy I fully believe that people that are gay or you know in the community, the LGBTQIA plus community.
Did you put the 2 in there?
No, I'm just gonna go plus.
Okay.
It's too many numbers and words.
Yeah.
I believe that you're born like that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that you have to be born like that because I don't think that anybody would purposely be like, oh no, I want to purposely be ostracized and stigmatized and all of those things. I feel like if you're going through this and you're fighting the good fight, I believe that I also very much believe that children should not undergo sexual transformative surgery or any type of medication for that point until you're an adult.
And I think that should be a law.
Yeah.
That when you are 21 and you decide to do this, that's fine. But I do not.
I don't care why you're doing it. I don't
Yeah.
care if you feel you need to do it. That's not my business.
Yep.
I just feel like legally you should have to wait until 18 since you can't vote.
Yep.
You can't buy tobacco,
Yeah.
alcohol. You can't get into a club. You're not allowed to make any legal decisions for yourself before 18. So you shouldn't be able to make this one as well.
Yeah.
Keeping it going, woman catches coworker allegedly spiking her Coca-Cola can.
With what?
With what?
I don't
Ew.
know if I want to know what it was.
A man was arrested after allegedly tampering with his co-worker's drink, which was captured on a secret camera set up by her to catch the culprit in the act. This sounds like the water one.
It sounds like the same thing. isn't it?
Joseph Ross, 34, was taken into custody in Milwaukee last week. Last week, and has been charged with placing foreign objects into a woman's Coca-Cola can at the workplace. The woman, identified as JH, is a criminal complaint, began to suspect that her cola was being contaminated after she noticed a strong chemical smell and taste and fell ill after drinking it, as reported by Fox 6.
How much cola she be drinking?
Exactly. She then installed a surveillance camera hidden beneath her computer monitor to determine if anyone was adding something to her beverage, according to the complaint. After reviewing the footage, her worst fears were realized as she saw Ross allegedly pouring super glue into her drink from a small bottle with a white nozzle and then walking away out of the frame. After making the shocking discovery, JH stopped the police who were in the area, relayed the information, and handed over the footage. When interviewed, Ross reportedly admitted to adding a supplement to his co-worker's drink. Police reported that while allegedly tampering with her drink, the 34-year-old wore clear latex gloves, which he later discarded. Police obtained a warrant to search Ross's office and found the gloves and Gorilla Glue, super glue, weighted in a ball.
A Milwaukee man charged, accused of putting super glue in his coworker's drink.
Yeah, so this act was all caught on camera. 12 News Hannah Hilliard live at Wisconsin State Fair Park tonight. And Hannah, that's where investigators say this crime took place.
Right, Blake, adding to the strangeness of this case, a vendor who had an office here at the Wisconsin State Fair Park accused of spiking his coworker's soda with super glue. Caught in the act, investigators say this photo shows 34-year-old Joseph Ross slipping super glue into his coworker's Coca-Cola can. Wisconsin State Fair Park police learning of the incident while patrolling the expo center. A vendor on the fairgrounds stopping the officers to tell her story. According to the criminal complaint, she says earlier in the month, she, quote, became ill after noticing her drinks had a strong chemical smell and taste. So she set up a camera below her work computer on March 20th at 9:23 a.m. By 9:52 a.m., that camera capturing this image, confirming her suspicions. Ross admitting to investigators he placed a supplement in his coworker's drink. 12 News legal expert Craig Maschinchuno.
The way I'm reading that is that it was an attempt to deceive the investigators while making an admission.
Investigators executed a search warrant looking for the supplement, finding instead these gloves and this Gorilla super glue in a trash can near Ross and the victim's office.
Your biggest takeaway from this criminal complaint?
Unusual, and I'm in the nothing is ever unusual business. You don't see this a lot.
What makes it unusual?
Well, this is a statute that is not typically charged because...
Caller, you're live. Hello? Caller, you're live.
Hi, I'm speaking with Don Reed.
Yep, I think you have the wrong number. All right.
You heard what she said?
I have no idea what she said. What she said?
Sounds like something.
Can I speak to Honor Christopher Reeves, maybe? Yeah, he definitely hates her. She did something to him. She's mean to him or something because nobody just randomly does that to their coworkers' Coca-Cola.
Yep. She's probably a business.
Yeah, she's probably a Karen, and he was like, I hate her.
Yeah.
Probably makes fun of him.
Yep.
Terrible. But he should have also not done that. You just
Right.
punch her or something in the back of the head. when
No,
she's sitting
no,
down.
no.
Don't.
Non-violent.
Not Gorilla Glue though.
Non-violent.
Gorilla Glue's they gonna ban Gorilla Glue soon.
A wife posted about other women plotting against her marriage days before allegedly killing her
There's
husband and leaving body outside.
Yeah.
Can you get into this one, please? Because it's making me hot.
So yeah. Philadelphia woman is accused of fatally shooting her husband and leaving his body on a plastic sheet outside their house just days after posting a cryptic message on social media about their marriage. Danielle Baxter, 39 of Philadelphia, was
Lord,
arrested
Danielle.
on
Come on.
Thursday, March 20th, and charged with murder and other crimes, including abuse of a corpse and possession of an instrument of crime with intention, online court records show. The alleged murder came to authorities' attention just before 7 a.m. on Wednesday, March 19th, when police responded to a report of someone screaming on the 800 block in Philadelphia. Arriving officers found the victim, later identified as Jordan Baxter, 38, on a plastic sheet between two parked cars. Jordan sustained a gunshot wound to the back of his head. She executed him.
Wow.
Detectives allegedly found blood on a mattress inside the home where the couple lived. Baxter was pronounced dead at 7:07 a.m. Detectives began investigating, and arrested the victim's wife the next day. Authorities have not disclosed any possible motive for the alleged murder, but on March 14th, Danielle posted a message on Facebook hinting at trouble in their relationship with Jordan. These females out here be plotting on your marriage and waiting for your downfall so they can come right on in, and these men let them, she said. The father of three worked for the Southern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA. SEPTA is saddened by the tragic loss of Jordan Baxter, who was a veteran regional rail engineer. Our thoughts are with his loved ones at this time. A GoFundMe has been set up to support Jordan's children and to give him a proper funeral. The Philadelphia Police Department did not immediately respond.
How'd she kill him?
She shot him in the back of his head. She executed him. Then she dragged his body outside and put it on a plastic sheet between two cars, placed the gun on his chest.
Okay. So they have children.
They have children.
And she decided to kill the children's father.
Yeah.
And she decided to kill them herself.
Yeah.
Give herself up. So now what? Like, your marriage is what now? Like, you're upset about people trying to ruin your marriage. So you go and ruin it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be irrational-ish like that make me upset.
Yep. That's a crazy story.
Prince Harry is being accused of orchestrating a bullying and harassment tactic when he went to the African charity to try to get the leader out of it. I'm not going to get into that story because it's Prince Harry. He has nothing else to do with himself but to be bullied.
Prince Harry loved the Africans. I don't believe that.
I just feel like it's more propaganda.
Yeah.
And last but not least, artificial sweetener called sucralose confuses brain and increases bleeds? Linked to brain changes that increase appetite. Oh Lord, we don't need that one. A growing body of evidence has increasingly linked diet sodas and other low-calorie foods with weight gain. So much so that the World Health Organization issued an advisory in April of 2023 saying not to use sugar substitutes for weight loss. Replacing free sugar with non-sugar sweeteners does not help people control their weight long term.
Your body confused.
Now a new study may shed light on why consuming too much of the artificial sweetener sucralose would be counterproductive. Instead of the brain sending a signal to eat less, this sugar triggers an increase in appetite when consumed in a drink.
That's what happened to me.
It activates the area in the brain that regulates hunger, and that activation in turn is linked to greater ratings of hunger.
Yeah.
In fact, people who drank water with their sucralose said their appetite increased by nearly 20% compared with drinking water with table sugar. In the United States, sucralose is a key ingredient in some Splenda sugar substitutes.
Yes.
In Europe, sucralose is known as E955, and it's found in sugar substitutes sold under the brand names Candies, Candial Yellow, and all these other things. The study also investigates the impact of sucralose and did not research other popular artificial sweeteners like
Sugars.
aspartame. We know aspartame is bad, right?
Yeah. And it tastes bad.
What is it? Asulfame, and sodium saccharin. I don't have any of those. First of all, artificial sweetener is freaking disgusting in the first friggin' place. Any of those diet sodas taste like Diet B. And I don't know what else to. I just think that diet anything is stupid.
I use Equal a lot, like especially when I go to like Dunkin' Donuts.
Do that got sucrotane?
I don't know, but that I mean, you know, like my problem with my maintaining my weight has always been that my appetite is very, very big. I've got a big appetite, and so that has been the issue for me. So I can see that there was a time where I was getting Dunkin' Donuts daily and with my Equals in it because I was doing coffee a lot, and I could see that my appetite was very ravenous at the time. I mean, I'm sure that's not the only issue that I had, but I definitely see how that could be very true. I agree.
You know, this is the way the world is set up. This is not in the international news, but I just happened to open my phone. There is a Georgia dad busted for leaving his kids 1, 6, and 10 solo at McDonald's during a job interview. Chris Lewis, a 24-year-old Augusta man, was arrested on March 22nd for leaving his 3 young children ages 1, 6, and 10 unattended at a McDonald's while he attended a job interview.
Was the interview at McDonald's?
I'm wondering. A concerned customer reported the situation, and deputies found the children alone at the restaurant's indoor playground. Lewis, who did not have a vehicle, explained he walked with his children to the McDonald's, but left them there because he didn't want them to walk back while he interviewed. Lewis was charged with deprivation of a minor, and the children's mother later picked them up.
That's a sad story.
Yeah, man.
That's a sad story because
what is he supposed to do?
He needed his job. You know, he needed a job.
And he probably didn't want to call the mother because she's like, you, it's your turn to take care of the children, and you got to find something to do with them while you got them because I don't got the chance, blah, blah, blah. I know how that conversation could have gone. And the man was probably like, I'll just leave them out in the playground, probably be a half an hour. The 6-year-old can most likely take care of, the 9-year-old, the 10-year-old can take care of the other 2 while I go interview real quick because they just in the playground.
Yeah.
They didn't need to charge that man for anything. If anything, they should have gave him that job and a small bonus so he could have got a babysitter for his children.
Because that sounds to me like that pursuit of happiness. Yep. Remember when he had to live in the car and all that? Didn't he have to leave the little boy somewhere one day to go to do his interview?
I hated that movie.
Yeah, I hate that movie too.
Me too. I hate that movie.
It's too sad.
It's too sad.
Yeah.
Did he ever find the
He
happiness?
pursued his happiness.
Oh, he did? Okay, well then it's nice.
And then go right into
anybody listen to the Will Smith album over the weekend?
No. Right into entertainment. It was the 18th it dropped, the 28th. OJ Simpson's Bible from Robert Kardashian sells for a hefty sum after Kim Kardashian's $15,000 offer rejected. Oh, they sold her Bible, is her daddy Bible, to somebody else. So Kim Kardashian offered $15,000.
Daddy Bible.
And for $15,000, she's just
getting
mine. Huh?
Ain't it just? Can I just have it? It's my
maybe he didn't have estate planning going on.
Oh, you see.
Jessica Simpson drinks snake sperm to help her vocal cords. I heard that's a good remedy.
Yeah, she said if you want the vocals, you got to drink the snake sperm.
Fran Drescher reveals she had a rotation of friends with benefits back in the day.
Whoopi Goldberg says that all the time too.
A rotation of friends with benefits.
Whoopi says she still got them.
I need to know more.
Whoopi be talking about getting it in all the time.
Whoopi be whooping it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a very logical and reasonable way to live life, but that's just me. Nobody has to. That's called open marriage. Open friendship
is what it's called.
It's not. You don't got to sleep with them all at the same time.
Like a train.
Like a train.
But
Speaking
now,
of train, Jodie's mother from Baby Boy, she's been going viral because she said at 50 she had her first train ran on her.
Jodie's mother, that is the dancer from House Party. AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She said that. You know, this over the weekend I also watched 2 other things. I watched Nora, which is the movie where the girl just won for Best Actress. at the Oscars.
Yeah.
The little girl, she plays a prostitute, and she F's down everybody just raw in the movie. And I'm like, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
And I also watched Survival of the Thickest,
Mm-hmm.
the second season, and she decides that she's gonna have a little hoe phase, and she's just, out there just screwing everybody. And I'm like, how do people do that?
What is this? Nora?
Anora.
That sounds like the movie I was trying to get you to watch last year with the girl, the Frankenstein girl.
Oh, I did watch that.
Oh, what was the name of that? I forget.
Crazy movie. I watched that. Crazy movie. But this one, the girl just won. She just won Best Actress for Anora. She plays a prostitute. She's very naked throughout the whole thing. And I was like, is that why she won this award? Because she's very naked and she's effing down everybody in the movie. It's a weird movie. And then yeah, Survival of the Thickest. But I don't know. But
if
anyways.
you do it a period in between, what's the problem?
What do you mean? What is the period?
Like if you have a rotation of friends with benefits, but you only have sex with one a month or something like that. What's that? What's that?
I don't think, is that what she was doing?
Is that how you do it?
Who?
Is that what she was doing?
No, it was
rotation.
Who has the rotation?
This is Fran Drescher, but we was also talking about whatchamacallit.
Just in general. Yeah, I don't know how. Well, I mean, if it's a rotation, then it's once a month. I guess I don't know.
Drescher's
sound like you're hating Tony.
It might be. I mean, I'm also in dry season, so.
Drescher went on to explain that part of the reason why she maintains uncommitted romantic relationships is that she and her ex-husband Peter Jacobson was still very close. The pair met when Drescher was 15 and married in 1978. They stayed together until their separation in 1996. They finalized their divorce 3 years later, and Jacobson eventually came out as gay.
Oh, wow.
This isn't the first time Drescher has revealed that she maintains a friends with benefits relationship. In 2020, she told Page Six the same, adding that at the time, she saw one person twice a month.
So she was friends with benefits with her gay ex-husband?
Maybe. Is that what, that's how it read, but I don't know if that is the... She also reveals that the outlet that the Broadway musical adaptation of her hit, blah, 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 blah. She says she doesn't hide it. I'm very gentle with myself. I share what I'm going through and I keep it very small with people that I feel very safe with. And over time, it gets better. I get it.
So she said she sees them once or twice a month?
Yeah, once or twice a month, and probably just kind of, I think that people believe that when you're dating more than one person, that you're having sex with all of those people consecutive, like back to back to back to back to back. I don't think that people that have rotation of sorts, because back in my day, I did too. You're not sleeping with all of those people at all. Sometimes you're only sleeping with one and the other ones are just, you might hang out and go to a dinner or something like that. So I don't know. That's what she says. That's what Jody's mama said. That's what Whoopi Goldberg said.
You had a rotation of men you were dating or a rotation of friends with benefits?
Dating. Oh. But is it does friends with benefits automatically mean sex?
Yeah.
Can't you dry hump? Can't you kiss a little bit, touch each other's hands? Do a little
friends with benefits means sex.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's why I ain't got no friends with benefits. They all boyfriends. Will Smith addresses complicated Jada Smith marriage on his new album. Let me see what he said.
Oh man.
Why, Will? Leave your family business in the family. What do y'all always?
He was on $1 Million Worth of Game this weekend, but I couldn't.
What's that, a podcast? I want some fish and chips.
Yeah, with Gillian Wallow. I couldn't watch that though.
I don't want to watch it either.
Shout out to Will Smith though.
You know what? I like that podcasts are now things to watch because just listening to them wasn't doing it.
I was trying to get to the gist of this where he mentioned Jada. So the track goes on, directly mentioned Jada by name and even references Will's viral that he yelled at Rock. You wish you had a Jada Pinkett next to you, a woman, seemingly B. Simone, says, to which a man replies, him and Jada both crazy. Girl, what you talking about? You better keep his wife's name out your mouth.
B. Simone is in the song?
I guess he mentions her.
I don't know.
Why the F will Will Smith think he is? Who the hell Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn near crazy. How you raising them kids? I ain't never gonna forgive him for that ish he did. I don't know what Will Smith is saying, and I don't know what they saying in this article, and I don't know. Has anybody out there, gone and listened to the Will Smith album? Did y'all listen to any of his albums? Tell me what you think about it.
I would like to know how it did, because who do you think is the type of person that would be like, I've got to go listen to that Will Smith?
I got you. Hold on.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not going to be a great album.
What demographic is he? Is it 40 plus rap?
Maybe it's like 60 plus rap. Yeah, 50 plus rap. 50 cent.
50 Cent.
Jennifer Lopez and Kylie Jenner attended celebrity hairstyle. And no, I don't want to know why this is in here. I just, for some reason, that didn't care. And loser Morgan Wallen walks off SNL stage as credits.
Morgan Wallen. Yeah. And I don't know why that was big news either.
As credits roll, seemingly skips after party. So fans slammed Morgan Wallen for abruptly exiting the Saturday Night Live stage as the credits rolled, after host Mikey Madison thanked the U.S. country singer for joining her at the sketch comedy show as a musical guest.
Mikey Madison is the one who's the lead role in Anora. She's the one that won the Best Actress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wallen then exchanged a few words with the Anora actress. 26 gave her a one-armed hug and walked straight down the aisle while saying a word without saying a word to any of the comedians. It's usually customary for everybody to.
And then he posted a picture of his private plane and was like, "Take me to God country."
Is he mad?
Who's he mad at and why?
What's
He
God
performed.
I mean, I would
two
also
songs.
go out and say that sometimes people are just not in the mood. And maybe he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm professional. I'm going to come sing my 2 songs, but I'm out after this because I am having a bad situation.
Right. And he did. He stayed there, did his 2 songs, performed. So I don't understand why it was a big deal. What is the big deal about him leaving? I guess because he walked off during the credits.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
And then last but not least, just for some news to kind of get your blood boiling for today, Kanye West condemned for wearing a black KKK outfit during a controversial
I saw
interview.
this on a thing yesterday. Did you see this?
I saw it. I showed Tony when we was at somewhere. Kanye West has sparked uproar once again after wearing a black Ku Klux Klan outfit during an interview released by Rumble by internet personality DJ Little Fat Mouse. During the hour-long conversation, West 47 made several controversial comments about other individuals in the music industry while wearing the black leather garment with the infamous pointed hood. West had started the interview in a t-shirt designed by disgraced rapper Sean Diddy Combs and a necklace complete with a swastika medallion, which he had previously worn in a video with white supremacist Nick Fuentes. The rapper claimed that he had the outfit custom made along with the identical white one. When asked if he had worn the controversial attire in public, West claimed that he wanted to wear it yesterday, but was worried that people would put me in a hospital for my outfit. Condemnation of West for his latest stunt has been swift, with one person on X writing, "This dude just needs to go away." A second saying, "I would have ended the interview right there and absolutely clown."
Yeah.
Quoting one of West's song, a third person added, "That's enough, Mr. West. Please no more today." In recent weeks, West has displayed an infatuation with the swastika and other Nazi imagery. In another now deleted post, West claimed to be teasing a new artwork for his Sunday service choir that bore a striking resemblance to the logo of the SS. Last month, the rapper appeared in a 60-second ad on the Super Bowl in which he directed viewers to his website to sell t-shirts bearing a swastika on them. The shirts cost $20. Earlier this month, West shared an Instagram post of a person wearing a white Ku Klux Klan outfit, which he branded Outfit of the Day. The post was removed for violating community guidelines.
Didn't he say that he regrets having children with Kim Kardashian?
So in this interview, he said that Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Kendrick Lamar pretty much, are terrible people, and that he regrets having children with Kim Kardashian. He didn't want to have kids with her after 2 months. It's crazy to me that you didn't want to have kids with her at 2 months, but you went through 4 births with your wife.
For
with these
artificial
children.
insemination
Well,
birth.
3.
Or what was it? Was
Because
it
the first
artificial?
one, the first one, I think North is the only one that came from her.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one was artificially insemination, which you had to be present and consent for, not under duress.
Yep.
So I'm really kind of confused about why Kanye is blaming everybody else for his bad behavior. I also don't understand why Kanye has not been completely canceled. Completely.
Canceled, period. And
go ahead, Tristan.
You got something for him? You got something, man. Here you go.
Fuck you then, punk.
He needs to be in a conservatorship. They do need to put him in the hospital for the foolishness that he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop
At this
teasing
point, he needs
that,
to go to
and
jail.
he's just,
Yeah. He needs to be, they need to roll up on him, inject him with some ketamine, and then drag him into a mental facility and get back to the ways that they used to do back in the days. A white coat and a white padded room, because he's got to go.
Like our caller
Oh,
said,
and
like,
John Legend, yeah.
What happened to assassination attempts?
I don't know if we can ignore Kanye, because Kanye has he has the pull of social media.
I think that's what Kanye wants, though. I feel like Kanye wants somebody to take him out. I think that's what he's begging for. And this is a cry for help. And I think it's really, really sad. Dr. Renegade right here says we have to stop ignoring him. And I think we do. Like you said,
like I said,
why hasn't he been
I don't
canceled?
think we can. Unless social media decides to cancel him,
right? Well, that's
we
what
will
I'm saying.
always be inundated with it, and social media won't
Needs
let
him.
it go.
Social media needs him.
Yeah, like
Him, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, gotta go.
because if we shut them out,
yeah,
like I know that we don't do it here because it is.
Rogan.
You guys are gonna go and watch it some other time. I guess we can start here, but it just won't make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't.
Candace Owens.
I just don't know. I don't know. I'm confused about it.
I mean, who has ever been effectively canceled?
Diddy.
What's that boy name?
Oh, we need to
Lil
talk about
Baby.
that too. Sean Kingston and his mother.
Oh, Sean Kingston and his mother. They have. They have convicted. They did
Found
it.
guilty. They were found guilty on every charge.
Yep.
And they're facing 20 years per charge. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yep.
You and your mama.
Yep. You and your mama.
You and your mama. That's crazy.
You and your mama. Got a special thing going on.
That's too bad. But he was actually really talented. Sean Kingston is actually responsible for a lot of hits.
Yeah, I know you've said that. A lot of hits for other people, right?
Like Justin Bieber and I don't know.
Yeah, but him and his mother found guilty
Going to jail now.
All the charges. 20 years per charge, and there's mad charges.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's what it gets you.
That's ridiculous, though, because one of the cars was worth $145,000 that they scammed the people out of, and all kind of stuff. Like, what kind of
what's wrong with y'all?
They talk to people. The people, car dealers think they got the money. They sweet talk them and they let them
like
go.
the
So
little
that's
old
what
lady,
Mhm.
like the con mom.
I'm gonna have to go watch that because now I'm
I should have been a
intrigued.
con man.
I gotta figure out how to be a con. I can't even con
I'm about to
men.
pay attention to
You know,
Donald.
for a dinner.
There is a some type of deeply narcissistic, sadistic sociopath personality that you have to have in order to do that. And you, like Danielle said, you really have to believe your own lies and like really, really believe it
And just-
as Kanye.
And have no care.
Yep.
Don't, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Madness.
With that said, people, we're gonna slide on over to the side. More shows coming up for you today. We got Badness Expensive. We got our good friends Bones and Killer D with the Super Show. We got so many more things coming up for you guys later today.
And
so
shout
make
out
sure
to Bones and Killer D yesterday too for doing their thing.
having a nice little segment
Yes,
there.
man.
I like that. I like that a lot. With that, people, holla at your boy and girl. We'll see you soon.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor? This is the Spark of New England, Spark FM.